Oldest in Lancaster County, and it is buried Marie Ferré, a French Huguenot who fled France in the early 1700s to escape religious persecution. She and her followers eventually made their way to Pennsylvania, were finally given a land grant by William Penn himself for 2 square miles of land. It was right here in 1712. They were the ones who named the colony Paradise. Eventually they named the whole town down here Paradise as well. 300 years ago, this was America's frontier. Now we're heading for the Strasburg's one and only bridge. You won't see that bridge. I hope it's supposed to be underneath us. You will see where the Pumpkinville Turnpike goes right under our tracks. That's a one-lane dirt road. It's a pretty big bridge, though. It's almost 16 feet long, and we could use your help here. Please don't rock the cars on the bridge. Would you mind picking up your feet a little as your car goes across? That takes some of the weight off the cars and some of the stress off the bridge. It's right at the end of these fields, here on the left and right. Milers crossing next. Milers. For the past 4 miles, we've been traveling through the heart of what is commonly known as the Dutch country. Probably should be Deutsch country, meaning German country. That's the fertile farmland of the plain people. The Mennonites, the Dunkers, are brethren, and the Amish. And in Lancaster County, more than 74,000 of these people. The Amish live a quiet, peaceful life of hard work, deep religious devotion, almost exactly as their forefathers did when they arrived from Germany and Switzerland almost 300 years ago. Little has changed, really. Their style of dress, their mode of travel, pretty much their entire way of life, same today as it was almost 3 centuries ago. A couple of minor changes. They do have a modern stove and refrigerator, but they're not powered by electricity, powered by bottled gas, which is a good thing considering the weather over the weekend. Same with the lights in the house, and that telephone is not in the home, but it's probably somewhere on the grounds in its own little building, and it's used for emergencies, things like calling the police or fire department, or perhaps the doctor or veterinarian. Lemon Place Junction is next, where the main line of the Strasburg meets the main line of Amtrak. Our tracks will soon curve sharply to the left. We'll come alongside the tracks for once the Pennsylvania Railroad's main line from New York to Chicago. Lemon Place Junction here at Paradise. There's a lot of history to be told. It's the original route of the Philadelphia Columbia Railroad. It became part of the mighty Pennsylvania Railroad back in 1857. This was an important stop on the Pennsy. More than 30 trains a day were scheduled in 1898. We had 4 mainline tracks until 1958. Now we have 2. Today, more than a dozen trains still pass here daily. They don't even slow down. No Amtrak trains today as a result of the hurricane. They'll probably be back tomorrow. In the earliest days of railroading, trains were pulled by horses, and this was a horse-changing station up ahead. Where the white buildings are today used to stand Henry Lehman's Hotel. He supplied fresh horses for the train and refreshments for the passengers. On April 22, 1861, a special train carrying Abraham and Mrs. Mary Todd Lincoln stopped here briefly, and the President-elect addressed a crowd of several thousand people. He was heading for Washington, D.C. at his inauguration in March of that year. That part of the trip was very public. Then he went to Lancaster and Harrisburg, and from Harrisburg down through Baltimore to Washington, that part was made in great secrecy. On April 22nd of 1865, another special train passed here in the opposite direction, heading toward Philadelphia and New York.